What's going on, guys? It's another great day, and in this video I'm going to go through with you guys how to get whitelist for different NFT projects. And as this guy which I follow on Twitter says, right now the NFT market's getting pretty boring, partly due to recent Bitcoin dump, and a lot of people are pretty fearful of the markets right now, thus the volume is not very high. So right now what you can do is continue waiting for more volume and then try to stack up and start gathering more whitelists for as many NFT projects as possible. This is because you secure yourself an allocation and then you can decide whether to mint or not. So even if you are going to start off with just a few $100s, this is the best strategy to do and to start your NFT journey. So how do we get into this whitelist? So in this video I'll be covering that. Stay tuned. So before I start, I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin's chart because it correlates with the NFT markets really tightly. And so as you can see here, in the last 2 days Bitcoin had a massive dump all the way down to 42k levels, which is super insane. And the last time Bitcoin did this was back in May. A lot of people are very scared of the market right now, and thus they are not heavily investing like before during the last few months where everyone was excited about just anything. So right now, that is why the volume is getting pretty low both for the altcoin market and NFT markets. So just know that Bitcoin can just range at this area until the end of the month. So in this period, if Bitcoin does that, this is the best time to stock up on your favorite altcoins, or as I said, getting whitelist for NFT projects that you think you are interested in or you think the art is fantastic. This is the best time to do it. Okay? So I just want to talk a little bit about the markets. Now let's move on to how do we get whitelist. Alright, first up, the main way that I actually get exposure to different new NFT projects and how do I get whitelisted is basically following people on Twitter and then having their notifications on. Usually, these people that I follow tightly mentions pretty brand new projects, and there is still chances where you can get into their Discord really early, and sometimes they will give you the whitelist or they give out raffles, so there will be chances for you to win whitelist. But mainly you just want the exposure to new NFT projects, and so I follow these people. So first up, I want to introduce to you guys this guy called Otto Suen. This guy called out the Wolf Game project when it was just at its minting stage, I think. So when it hit the secondary market, the Wolf Game floor was less than 0.1 Ethereum. So that's how I found this guy. He caught this super early, and he also told everyone to start buying up, even when the floor was, I think, 0.15 to 0.2. That was when I saw Wolf Game at, but I didn't pull the trigger because I have no idea what kind of project that is. But anyway, so more background about this guy called Otto. He has some insane calls. So the best one being Wolf Game, and then the second Noundles, etc. He gives a lot of insight about new projects and projects that gains volume daily through the tool that I always use as well, called IC.tools. And then he'll share his thoughts about the different projects. So give this guy a follow, have his notifications on. He's a super insane gem catcher. He catches projects really early on, so you definitely have a chance to get exposure to projects very early. Next up, I want to introduce you to this guy called AK. I found this guy back when Neo Tokyo was minting, so that's like 2 to 3 months back. And because I followed this guy, and followed his solutions to the different clues that we had to solve to mint the Neo Tokyo NFTs, I managed to get one myself. And right now, Neo Tokyo's identity floor price is around 15 Ethereum. So I really need to thank this guy. He gives a lot of alpha, so do give this guy a follow. He mentions projects really early on also, but mainly he is kind of concentrating on gaming related Discord groups and coins right now. But he does mention NFTs from time to time. So do give this guy a follow and have his notifications on as well, because he gives really good alpha. So like this, just 37 minutes ago, he sent out this tweet. Head over to Kingdom Raid's Discord to get an OG role right now. So that's what I did. I went to Kingdom Raid's Discord and I managed to gain an OG role. So usually these Discord groups, if you are early enough, let's say the first 500 or the first 400 people in the Discord group, usually they would get whitelisted for their project. That is how I sometimes get my whitelist, by being really early, having my notifications on, and being fast. Next up, Kosher Plug. So he's a fellow YouTuber, very fantastic guy. He's just a 20-year-old, but he catches many new NFT projects really early as well. And so I follow him to gain his insights, and he tweets out projects that he thinks that he's bullish on, and he's very interactive on Twitter as well. So recently he retweeted this project called Properties NFT. I had no idea what is that project at first, but since he retweeted it, I went to check it out, and it's actually a pretty cool project, something to do with the metaverse land that made me really very interested. So I went to check it out, and I went to his Discord group, and I'm trying to get a whitelist for this project. So even though sometimes you don't get your whitelist straight away, by following these people you get exposure to them, and then after that you can try to get whitelists based on the different requirements that they want. So Kosher Plug, that is one guy for you to follow. Next up, Ryan D Crypto, another fellow YouTuber. He is also another one who calls out projects really early. Honestly, I think he's the best at finding these projects really early on. Sometimes you find these projects when the Twitter group has only about 100 to 200 people. That's really insanely early. And if you get into his calls right away, right when he publishes a video or tweets it out, you're bound to be one of the first few in the project's Discord group, and then most likely you will be able to get whitelist because you were early. So follow Ryan D Crypto, fantastic caller, calls out projects super early. I really recommend Ryan D Crypto. Next up, Takoya. I mentioned this already. I recently just found him only, but he gives out really fantastic content talking about the projects that he likes, explaining about his choices, why he mints certain projects, why does he not, whether he's going to support this project, etc. So he explains his rationale on why he wants to mint a certain project or not. So do follow him for more insight, then you will know how to think more like these smart people. Lastly, obviously, you can follow me at b_chick. I also try to give you guys projects early on. So when I get the alpha from other people, I will try to tweet it out as well to you guys. So if you heard my call, head over to Kingdom Raids. You could have been an OG member too. I also retweet some stuff. So if you find a new project that you like through my following or my retweets, etc., that's a good way to gain exposure as well. So these are the few people that I follow and have my notifications on. And once you follow them, you get the Discords group, you get exposure to different projects in Discords. Next up, you will then need to follow their requirements for different projects. Some of them require you to just interact in the Discord groups, join their referrals, So these are the few ways that you can get in. I know it's pretty difficult, and honestly this is kind of depends on how fast you are and whether you're lucky or not. But this is the way to go in this kind of market situations, because you take the least risks when you mint a project instead of buying from the secondary market on OpenSea. So this is the best choice you have. Find Discords early, do what I do, and hopefully you get whitelisted for more projects. So that's just a little something from me. Just want to cover this topic because I know some of you are wondering, how do I even get this whitelist? Because I mention it a lot, and most of the time, as I said, it's actually based on luck and how fast you were or how early you were in Discord groups. I know this sucks, but this is life. Alright, so that's it for me. If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up. And as always, the markets are always here, but your capital may not. Peace.